Hi everyone, thank you for joining me tonight and tuning into my sharing. My name is Esther. If you don't know me, I'm a certified clinical and meta aromatherapist, or in short, a healer. I've been receiving downloads and been repeatedly asked by my spirit guides to do this sharing. Even though I feel that my experiences aren't that fantastic and that anyone can have such a transcendental connection and experience as well, I still hope my story will inspire you in your search for clarity and knowing in your own spiritual journey. I was brought up in your typical average Chinese family of my generation. Even for my generation, sons are still favored over daughters and experience differences in treatment and parenting between sons and daughters. When I was little, I always feel like a fish out of water, that I do not truly belong here, and that my true home is somewhere else on another star. Even at the age of 6 or 7, I feel awkward among people, even with relatives and others. And slowly, due to social conditioning and programming, I adapt to how I should behave rather than displaying the essence of what makes me me. I especially love the cosmos, astronomy, and stargazing, and I feel really connected to the mystical realms, fairies, mermaids, unicorns, and angels. There was a period during my early adulthood where I couldn't understand why growing up and becoming an adult means that one has to conceal one's inner child and one cannot stay true to one's heart. Be authentic and free, but be bound by so many behavioral expectations and social rules. Now I'm able to see the bigger picture and to better understand the fractals that I exhibit and which surround my life. It first started in 2003. That year, at the age of 27, I actually faced the darkest night of the soul with the betrayal of my closest and dearest, then my fiance. Because of that experience, I actually started seeing the relative truth of life. He was my JC sweetheart. We had been together for 10 years and were planning for marriage when I discovered that he was actually two-timing me with a Shanghainese lady. During that period, at that time, I actually tried very badly to regain his love, but to no avail. Eventually, we parted ways, and that experience, their affair actually plunged me into the abyss of unending emotional pain and tears. I couldn't eat or sleep, and I lost 7 kgs in a month, weighing just 37 kg. The episode of betrayal, loss of someone that is dearest to you, and feeling of abandonment and rejection by my most beloved make me witness firsthand the relative truth of physical existence. That there is pain, dissatisfaction, and suffering in life, not just the physical sort, but mental and emotional as well. It was that experience that allows me to see the mental and emotional pain and suffering can even be more excruciating than physical ones. We suffer physically, mentally, and emotionally because of attachment and aversion to people, places, and things. Most importantly, we suffer because of our ignorance. We are ignorant of our own true innate nature, our primordial nature. That first betrayal thoroughly gave me a first-hand experience of the first 2 noble truths as described by the Buddha. So in order to not suffer, we need to awaken and remember who we are, our innate nature. It is also because of this experience that I actually turned religious and spiritual, heeded my inner calling, and opt to work at a monastery upon finishing my master's degree in my 20s, instead of climbing the corporate ladder at the prime of my working life. Then life KO me with another loss and betrayal in 2016. This time by two of my best friends at work, one of whom I've known for 13 years at that time. Eventually, because of them and the circumstances surrounding at that time, I was ostracized by numerous other co-workers in the office, and once again, I faced a situation of betrayal, loss, abandonment, and rejection. But it is also precisely because of these betrayals and deeply painful experiences that actually propel me onto another journey of healing, self-discovery, and greater awareness with John and the ISAM community. From this episode, I went on to discover many avenues of knowledge about the universe and the fabricated world we live in, from our origin that differs from what historians say, to ancient civilizations like Atlantis and Lemuria, and archaeological findings that differ from the official narrative. Our world is really a created matrix where certain forces are at play to bring about certain occurrences. I also had glimpses of the primordial nature of who we really are, the non-dualistic oneness with all beings and things. All things, beings, phenomena are essentially all beings, phenomena, and things essentially manifest and come from one source. Some call this God, some call it Dhammakaya or the Buddha, while others call it source or the universe. Scientists, on the other hand, term it the unified field theory, and Nikola Tesla call it the ether. But it is essentially one and the same understanding, which many ancient civilizations has actually recorded in their scrolls as well. In our modern times, you can see this demonstrated in the 100 monkey effect. Basically what is the 100 monkey effect is there's this experiment conducted by scientists in which if you teach one monkey to wash a muddy fruit in a river nearby, and that monkey or scientists actually went to teach the other monkeys in that grouping, if it crosses the threshold of 100 monkey, all the monkeys, even those existing on the other side of planet Earth, will know how to wash the muddy fruit in water. So to understand more in depth about the details, right, you can actually search for more information on DuckDuckGo or Google regarding the 100 monkey effect. So in secular terms, we can really see that we are expressions of source energy, or as Tibetan Buddhists say, a Manakaya droplet frozen into ice that mistakenly view itself as separate from the vast ocean of Dhammakaya. This is our true inherent nature. We may be in this physical human body, distinct with seemingly individual characteristics, yet we are also non-dual with all. We are the universe, and the universe is us, ever expanding, like the spiral fractal, a sacred geometry that continues unceasingly. You can see this, you can see each and every of the fractals, right? In the spirals, they mirror each other. Okay, you can find all individuals of them in every one of them, and yet the larger one is also just a spiral that continues on and on and on. This goes to show that we merely transform and go from one form or state of energy to another. We are in essence a part of source here to experience itself in a physical body in this 3D world of duality, good versus bad, light versus dark, gain versus loss, praise versus blame. Just so that we can rediscover more and more of who we really are at our core, and have an experiential understanding of the magnificence of our own true fundamental nature, our primordial nature. This expansion of consciousness actually made me see everything around me with a different perspective and a fresh pair of eyes with a higher perception. But I must say that when the expansion of consciousness first started for me, it can be highly disruptive and very uncomfortable. because one has to discard almost everything that one knows and holds to be true and real to one constructed identity, program and conditioned since the day we are born by society, by our schools, parents, peers, and others, rather than from a place of own knowingness that comes from deep within us. Today, I actually appreciate and accept myself greatly for my current identity and for who I am. I exercise gentleness with myself, practicing self-love, self-care, and self-compassion for both my light and shadow aspects. Through this, I actually managed to heal my inner child and all past energetic wounds to understand that all forms of emotions are actually but energies in movement or energies in motion, M-O-T-I-O-N. Instead of grasping onto them, suppressing or ignoring our emotions, if we can allow the energies to pass through us, if we can allow to observe and watch them mindfully with detached awareness, we discover and experience more deeply our own true nature in a very experiential first-hand manner. And from this experiential first-hand manner, we will come to realize who we truly are at our core with greater and deeper awareness. Because of my expansion of consciousness, right, I can also see and understand that karma is not punishment or retribution. It is merely the result and manifestation of one moments to moments thought. It is a manifestation and a result of an energetic manifestation of whether one's thought springs from a place of love and compassion or from a place of fear. Life is nothing, physical life or life on planet Earth is really nothing about whether we are using the circumstances we face to fuel greater self-awareness, realization, and transcendence by cultivating further pure intention or by creating more by creating more karmic energies out of attachment or aversion because we have not realized our inherent fundamental nature. So what is our inherent fundamental nature that each of us need to realize for our own? That truly we are actually a spiritual being of light at our core here in the physical existence. But we have forgotten this true innate power and our true innate nature. We have forgotten how incredibly powerful we are. The universe is always communicating with us from my own personal experience and realization. So long as we seek, it will always give us the answer to the question we ask. We just need to quiet down the mind and tune in within to listen to the answer, or watch out for signs and synchronicity or receiving the downloads given to us. So realizing this, right, having experienced this in a very first-hand experiential manner, I started developing some innate abilities, which I now rely more and more for advice and knowledge, going within in periods of confusion, rather than seeking through external means. For example, I know I have a very deep intuitive knowing from within that I have close connection with the star system of Arcturus, Sirius, Andromeda, and Hada, which I saw in flashes of vision. I also know that in this higher dimension, healing is done on the energy level rather than on the dense gross level, such as on planet Earth through physical surgery, and that crystals are actually widely used in such healing and in such dimensions. In a particular vision, I actually experienced myself in multiple roles at the same time. I am the detached observer, observing three characters going through a particular experience. I was the mer being who was being captured, deeply in fear and worried about what is going to happen to me or done to me by my captor, my enemy of another race or planet being. I am also the captor, experiencing the glee and happiness of having captured the mer being. And I am also the third party who is a friend of this mer being who is being captured, feeling all anxious and worried, and having the emotion of greatly of wanting to help and very concerned about the whole thing that is going on. So all four of them are me, and I'm all four of them in different positions, different roles, going through different experiences, different emotions. And yeah, just all bringing back to the source, bringing back to Dhammakaya. So because of all these visions, right, and experiences that I have at the first-hand level, I also understand why I feel such deep connection with the angelic realms, the fairies, the mermaids, and the unicorns. The mermaids and unicorns are actually beings from Cyrus B and Cyrus C. I also understand that contrary to what we think, people in ancient times, right, are actually more spiritually aware and attuned to ancient arts and knowledge that are lost right now. I hope that with more people awakening to who they are in this age of Aquarius, there will be more people receiving downloads and regaining back the ancient arts and knowledge that are lost. Because of such expansion of the consciousness, I realized just how deeply powerful we are at our core. Each and every one of us truly hold vast, limitless potential and have the ability to manifest any state or phenomena. And with my own experiences, I also recall two Buddhist stories that highlighted this. One story is about a beggar in tattered rags, not realizing the great riches and boundless treasures that's buried deep underneath the dilapidated hut he's staying, and constantly thinks that he is in poverty. Another story is that of a god who tries to enlighten the beetle who stays in the countdown of the amazing higher worlds and dimensions outside the dung. However, because all the beetle can experience, see, and is used to the environment of the the environment of the smelly cow dung, he does not believe the god and refuses to go with him, preferring to stay in his own comfortable home in the dung. So I can see that many people in the third dimension or on planet Earth are living just like that. They are very, very much sound asleep. They have not awakened to actually taste the freedom and bliss of a higher dimension. Having said that, nevertheless, every one of us is at different stages. No judgment, okay? We are all at different stages along our spiritual journey of evolution. There's no right or wrong pathway, as different people are at different places along their path at different times. Every one of us learn things when the timing is right to do so. What works for me or for one person may not necessarily work for another or for you, because each of us is all unique and we all have our own paths and lives to lead. So stay true to your path. Connect deeply, go within and connect deeply with yourself. Okay, our reality is actually an illusionary hologram projected by our thoughts and beliefs. Okay, as you can see from this image that is that's being shared on screen, each and every of our emotion actually holds a different kind of frequency. So if you would like to have, if you like to achieve enlightenment, peace, or awakening, you need to hold a higher frequency. It is only with a higher frequency that you'll be able to be open to more. You will have access and be open. You will have access and be open to more knowledge, deeper and higher level kind of knowledge and information that's coming in. So it's extremely, because of this, right, I realized how important it is to raise our frequency, to protect our energies, and to set firm boundaries to release the people, places, and things that do not serve us for higher goods or are no longer serving us or resonate with us with our vibrational frequency to manifest the higher dimension, awakening, and the reality that we want to experience. I also now understand why great spiritual masters like the Buddha actually emphasize that spiritual friendship is half, if not the whole, of the spiritual path. This principle, right, of spiritual friendship is demonstrated in science through the morphogenic theory. Okay, John constantly talks about it. For example, in his sharing about the salamander, the tadpole that's being shined, the light of the salamander will develop salamander qualities. Or the root onion without roots being placed next to one with roots will grow roots. And also of the AIDS scientists or researchers who constantly handle AIDS infected blood in the laboratory will develop AIDS antibodies without being infected. So these are just some of the experiments of the understanding that's collaborated by science. With this realization that energies reflect energies and that phenomena don't exactly follow in a linear manner, right? I now live my life elevating and protecting my energies, my vibrational frequencies, and following my heart-centered innate bliss, communicating with my spiritual teams at all times. Okay, just like Nikola Tesla say, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, okay, dwell and think deeply in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. One important aspect of our spiritual journey is in the discovery and celebration of our own uniqueness. Okay, we allow others to do the same, because as we discover and celebrate our own uniqueness, we allow others to do the same. So accepting yourself and others with love and understanding and connecting with your own true unique nature is important. Seek the truth within. This is the greatest way to understand our true nature and accept ourselves. Medicinal grade essential oils contain the life force of nature, as most of you already know, and they are tools to actually raise our vibrational frequency. With higher frequency, we can get better clarity in life and more knowledge, which we can see from a video that I will air later. So if, like me, you are interested in experiencing a heightened spiritual awareness and opening of the third eye and crown chakra, you can use EO such as Three Wise Men, Highest Potential, Magnify Your Life Purpose, Sandalwood, Rose, Frankincense, or Sacred Frankincense. Do avoid using any fluoride toothpaste as they calcify the pineal glands and affect the third eye chakra. Okay, I will now share the videos regarding how higher frequencies will allow to give you greater clarity. I hope you find my sharing beneficial and that it will inspire you to explore and ignite your own spiritual journey. So if you're interested in metaphysics, you can check out for more information regarding the Meta Healers program conducted by John. Or if you need a healer to help you with the healing of body, mind, and spirit, please feel free to contact me or visit my website, Esther Tian, for more information. That's all for tonight's sharing. Thank you for taking the time to tune in. Good night.